definitely been a minute since my last upload. A long time. A lot. Oh fuck, I just garage sale my tools. A lot has changed within that time period. I actually have a completely different car now, as you can see. Some of you might not already know what it is, but nevertheless, I'll probably make a different video on that coming up. But right now, I'm just gonna do a quick video how to remove the S14 steering wheel. There's probably 1,000 videos on it, but I do want to kind of document the progress of this whole thing, so we'll see how it goes. I am going to put a quick release on this. Reason I'm removing it is because with all 240s, having actual keys that work is apparently rare, because I've never had one that had working keys. I have a key, but it only opens the trunk. So with this being in constant lock and there, me not really wanting to go get a new key, I'm just gonna remove it. So there's something that you will need depending on what your 240 steering wheel has gone through. Give me a second. Alright, so you're gonna need a set of star, what are they called? Torques? Yeah, Torques. But you're gonna need a special kind because of that wonderful little circle that's in the middle right there. You can't use standard torque bolt Torques to get that out. So I had to go to the store, went to Lowe's, picked up this. You really only need the one, this big one right here, the 50. But the rest of them, who knows, you might need them. I don't know. I already have a set of the socket ones, so I'm probably not going to use this after I take this out anyway. But there's a cover here that you pull off. Then you got this bolt, and then there's one on the bottom side, right there. Those two bolts hold in the airbag. So you want to take those out, because after you get the airbag out, that's where the bolt that holds the steering wheel in is at. So give me a second, I'm gonna open this up. We're gonna get started. So like I said, this is pretty much what you're gonna need. Out of all of these, you want the T50 right here. This is the one that fits, apparently. Let me go ahead and get this out. Yeah, so this is, and you see it's got that hole in it. It's not like a normal one. And that should go ahead and fit right in there. Yep. If you can see it, fits right in there. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then you use that to get these bolts out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Probably do it off camera because these are weird angles. Fits in both ways though. Okay, got one out. These little fuckers. Yeah, some of you might have 240s where the steering wheel has been taken apart and they replace these with just normal ones. I've seen that. Sometimes they'll replace these with just regular hex bolts, so it kind of just depends. But if you're one of the unfortunate people out there that have the security torque nuts, this is how you get rid of them. But yeah, the T50 torque nuts, security torque nuts, and then once you get that, you can see that this has a little play now. I just gotta get the other side. By the way, like, I'm gonna put a message in it, but I'm gonna put a message in the video, but you want to be sure to disconnect the battery before you do this. You do not want to be working on this and then have the airbag go off and your head explode or something like that. I mean, you know, if you want to go to the hospital for free, then yeah, but yeah, just disconnect the battery, disconnect all of the, you know, plugs here, and just to be safe. And that's two. That's the top and the bottom one. I guess one thing that I can say that I like about this is this thing that they have, because you can just take the Allen wrench, stick it in there, goes to the side, and now you have something that you can just twist. Yeah, kind of works out. But once that is all done, you can go ahead and remove this. There we go. Got some stuff falling around in there. Okay. So I got this wire that's still connected. I'm gonna go ahead and take that out. That looks like the only wire. Yeah, that's the only wire holding it in. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that out real quick. Let's see. Got a pin right here. It's hard to do with one hand, give me a sec. Alright, so I got that out. And then this pretty much just comes on out. Like that. And now you have a one-of-a-kind airbag. I'm actually very tempted to do some pretty bad stuff with this now that I have it. Might make a video on that soon. We'll see how that goes. This is what your steering wheel looks like now. Don't worry about all this. This is pretty much the only thing that you're going to want. Now, with this, you want to loosen this bolt, but you want to loosen it. Don't take it off, like leave a couple threads on there just in case you got to jerk and pull this thing to get it off, because if you take it off and pull on this real hard and it comes off after, I don't know, a lot of force, then you might give yourself a black eye or a bloody nose or whatever. So just loosen it up to the last couple threads and then pull on the steering wheel until you can get the thing off. So let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and do that. You ever have to put all your tools back in order after you carry in your tool case and they decide to all fall out at one time, and now you gotta spend another 15 minutes trying to find them all and making sure that you didn't miss any, and also putting them back in order? I did. So, this bolt is actually a 19, just in case some of you, it's got a little play, but it's a 19. So, just so you guys know, where's my ratchet? Oh, here it is. I'll go ahead and stick that on there. And this was the one I was using. This is a normal torque 50, and as you can see, it has no hole, so that's why it wouldn't work. But yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and stick that in there, and then take that out. Let's see if I could do this with one hand. Nope, can't do it with one hand. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, after I got it loose, after you break it loose, it's pretty good, easy to get out. It did take a lot to get that thing loose. Okay. So, after you do this, you're able to take the wheel out. You just have to pull it. But, like I said, for safekeeping, just put that on there, screw it in a couple turns so that the threads are tight. I don't know. Yeah, mine seems like it's on there pretty much. So, you do this, keep you from knocking yourself out once you finally get this thing loose. And then go ahead and pull it with all your strength. Let's see. It's been a good solid 8 minutes of just pulling on this thing, and I can tell you right now that I have one of those ones that's pretty much just stuck on there. So I'll probably try to take like a hammer or something to it, but that's exactly why I put this bolt here, because had that would have came off, I probably wouldn't. Oh man, I'd be in bad shape, dead ass. After another 10 minutes of pulling, I finally got it. Finally got it, yeah. This will save your life, this little nut that you put right here. So you just take that back out, and this just comes off. Oh, really? Really? There we go. I got one more little plug right there, but yep, that's pretty much it. You just remove this little plug and your steering wheel's off. After all that, and that plug just comes through here, so in case anybody was wondering. But yeah, that is how to remove a S14 steering wheel. I will be making a few videos, pretty much just updating the situation. I know, like, if anybody actually follows my videos or my channel, you know that I have an S13 and I did a bunch of stuff to it. I don't have that car anymore, so I will be showing the S14 that I have now, plans for it, what I'm going to be doing in the future as far as like the videos and stuff. And I actually got 2 stories. I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a little walk around in the car, explain stuff about the car, and then I got kind of like a story time thing that I kind of want to do. So it's all car related though. So yeah, just I guess stay tuned. Just an addendum or whatever. In order to get the other plate off, because if you want to run like a wheel, a short hub or something like that, you gotta, this was the wire that I connected from the back here earlier, so you just gotta pull that one through, disconnect this one from that one, and then that should be straight. Make sure that your wheel is straight before you take the steering wheel off. My steering rack is disconnected right now, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, so now that you can take that completely off, you have this, but this is the piece I'm talking about. You want to take that off. Give me a second, stick that down there. All right, now if you look, there's 1, 2, and 3 Phillips screws that held this in pretty much, and then there's this tab right here. You just push that in and you pull it all off. So you take these, or if you want to just take the whole thing, you got 1, 2, 3, and 4 Phillips screws. Let me get this real quick. I should be able to do this with one hand, right? Okay. So you take your Phillips screw here. I'll do this one. My ratcheting screwdriver is broken. Stick that in there, and then pretty much just go at it. Pretty simple. I'll probably cut to when I got all these out because it's gonna take forever. And I'm pretty sure it's just gonna fall once I get that bottom one out, or something like that. It's not really held in by much. Like, not held in by much force. It's pretty, it didn't take nothing to break these loose. There. Oh fuck. Alright, and then you just take that off, because if you want to run an NRG hub, this is what you mount it to. You mount it on here, not on here. However, I think something about the horn, like if you want your horn to work, you have to do something with one of the wires on this connector. So I'm probably just gonna keep this assembly as a whole until I install the short hub, quick release, and steering wheel and all that stuff, just in case. You never know. Just stick that back in the window, that'll be fine. But yeah, that is how you completely remove a S14 steering wheel, S14 steering hub, and there you go.